Welcome to our video series on using prerequisite tree thinking tools for business. In this video, we'll craft a detailed strategic objective. Okay, in this video, let's get started creating a genuine prerequisite tree so you can see the process step by step. And just as a side note, it's worth mentioning that I'm going to be using the terminology of the tools here. So I'll be using strategic objective for the goal of your prerequisite tree. I'll be using obstacle for the obstacles and intermediate objective for the intermediate objectives that are used to overcome each obstacle. However, it's worth noting that sometimes, as you go into this subject in more detail, you'll come across different terminology. Sometimes, instead of strategic objective, you'll actually see the term injection used. And I have another example here from another website that deals with this subject. I'm going to lay mine out in a slightly different way. I'll lay out my prerequisites differently. And you can pretty much lay it out as you want to, as long as it helps you make your decisions and helps you gain clarity. In this example, the obstacles are tied directly into each intermediate objective, and the obstacles are tied behind the intermediate objective. And instead of strategic objective, they call it injection. So you can use whatever terminology you wish. But I'll be sticking with strategic objective because I think it makes the most sense. Injection is somewhat cryptic as a term, and obstacle and intermediate objective I think are fine. So let's get started with this. Okay, first of all, let's start with a strategic objective. If you like, you can put a strategic objective at the bottom of your page, or the side, or the top. I'm going to do it at the top because I'm used to doing it that way, and then all the obstacles and intermediate objectives lead up the page to your strategic objective. And you can choose this display name and number, so each is named and numbered. So SO1, SO2, and so on. I actually disable that because I don't feel it has any benefits. So I stop those two pieces of information from displaying. Border, you can specify a specific border style, so solid line, dotted, dashed and dotted, or you can choose different weights, thin, medium, or thick, but I'm just going to stick with the default for this. Okay, text. We're going to start with a business strategic objective, so let's keep things fairly simple. Where do you want your business to get to? Let's say, for example, and by the way, you can use prerequisite trees for any level of decision. You can use it for lower level decisions, such as, for example, mapping out a recruitment plan. So your goal, your strategic objective could be, and again, it may be helpful for you to phrase these in present tense. So we have a fantastic support team leader. So that could be your goal. Let's say you don't have a team leader currently, and that's what you want. So then that can be your strategic objective. You want that to be real. You want to have a fantastic support team leader. And then you start listing all the obstacles for why that doesn't exist now, and you find intermediate objectives that are solutions for each of those obstacles. So that could be one such goal for a specific part of your business. Or you could have a more overarching goal like our business makes. And actually sometimes it may be an idea to leave these strategic objectives somewhat open. I could say our business makes $5 million a year in sales. Or to keep it open, you could change that to makes at least our business makes at least $5 million a year in sales. And then you can make it as specific as you like, but it's probably not a good idea to make it too involved, because then you start, if you said, our business makes at least $5 million a year in sales and has the best staff, and et cetera, it gets a bit too diluted. So do keep it fairly focused, but we can make this a bit stronger. So our business makes at least $5 million a year in sales with a significant profit margin. And I say you should phrase these in the now, but actually you can set time goals as well. So our business makes at least $5 million a year in sales by December, or let's say for the year ending, for sales during 2009, and I'm recording this in 2008, so maybe when you're seeing this, 2009 will be in the past, but since I'm recording this in 2008, I'm mapping out a future goal. So our business makes at least $5 million a year in sales during 2009 with a significant profit margin, and I'll be even more specific and say, and with delighted customers, because that's even more specific as a goal. Because then, of course, I can make $5 million a year by bringing in lots of new customers and just billing them as much as possible. But that could potentially be a recipe for dissatisfied customers and high customer turnover, and that could actually harm your business in the long run. So it might be helpful to be really specific and map out what we really want in this example. Our business makes at least $5 million a year in sales during 2009 with a significant profit margin and with delighted customers. Pretty specific, but that's also a good goal for us and just helps our business. And as we go through this, I'll probably mention it more than once, but it is important that you know your business and that you understand the subject and understand the issues and understand the pros and cons of what you're deciding and what potential actions to take. And if you don't know all that, either hire someone who does, either on a consulting basis or as an employee, or just ask your team, ask your employees, because obviously this is a specific way of doing it, but this is really a plan for succeeding, for getting where you want to go. And if you're doing a plan, you need to know the options. And if you don't know the options, your plan is going to be flawed. If you don't know all the options, even at just the planning level, you can make significant mistakes. You really want to understand your business and the issues as much as possible. Okay, so we've decided on this, but excuse me, just before we okay that, you click on More and add a story. So you can add even more information, more background information to this specific strategic objective. So let's okay that, and there we go. So let's tidy that, cancel that, and let's go back to the mouse pointer, and let's resize this somewhat. Okay, am I happy with that goal for this example? Our business makes at least $5 million a year in sales during 2009 with a significant profit margin and with delighted customers. I think that's a pretty good goal for any business if they're currently making less than $5 million a year. So that's the strategic objective. That's where you're going. In the following video, we'll start putting down on the worksheet the obstacles that are stopping this from being a reality at the moment.